you Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Thursday night of some League of Legends action. My name's Mac Dewey. Joining me in the casting booth is the one and only Billabang. We're in the Unified Advanced League. We had a little change of plans. It's a different featured matchup for tonight. It is HOH Gaming taking on the other Wolfpack squad we have here in the UAL, Wolfpack Crystal. Billabang, it's going to be a fun night of some gaming. Who are you looking at today to pop off?
I'm looking at, everybody can. It's 12-12, brand new patch just dropped today, yep. So there was a lot of changes across the board. You can look at the rosters, though. First, we see, we have Wife Took It All, we have Slide there, we have Stormblade, Splorps, and Me 670 for one side. For the other side, we have Arrogant, Muwa, Benjamex, Vase, and Sayonara Vice. Or Sayonara Vince, sorry. So for HOH squad, I think they're looking pretty good. They're both teams, I think, are 1-1, if I'm not wrong. So should be a pretty good fight here in week 3.
Yeah, I took a look at the Ocean Division. You know, it's week 3 of 5. The race to playoffs, I feel like, is really about to start kicking into gear here as this division's wide open, and the top 3 teams are going on into playoffs. I believe the 3rd seed starts off in the lower bracket with the 2 top seeds starting off in the winner's bracket. And so there's going to be a big fight to start off with hopefully 2 lives in the playoffs as these teams are looking to continue on. HOH looking to bounce back from 0-2 from last week as they fell against Ragnarok Esports Ymir, and Wolfpack Crystal also looking to catch a break after a loss in week number 2. They fell 2-1 against Zenigma Eclipse. And so, Billabang, I'm looking at this matchup. HOH Gaming 2-0'd Zenigma. And so, Wolfpack Crystal having a long win against the Zenigma squad and then 2 quick losses. My gut's telling me leaning towards Arrogant, the absolute beast in the top lane, who in week number 1, I believe it was, popping off with Aatrox. And then even in those week 2 losses, Billabang, he was keeping up, getting lane leads. He was on Darius. I feel like it's just kind of a hard nightmare matchup in the top. So we're looking at Wife versus Arrogant up there.
Yeah. Anybody that can play Darius, I feel like at a high level is always someone to watch. I've seen, I mean, I feel like that's one pick where you have to get yourself ahead. You have to get yourself going in the early game to really contest it. Once you get that first initial kill, you need to get the ball rolling. That's when you move towards other lanes. And I mean, if you're taking that pick, you need to win the matchup. And obviously, like you said, he looked really, really good. So we'll see. There was a couple changes here in this matchup, but he is who they need to lean on. In this one, there's only 5 weeks. We're already in week 3, so every single series matters so much for these teams going into the playoffs. So both at 1-1 right now, trying to find their way after losses last week. This matchup, super, super important for both these teams looking forward in the rest of the season.
And as we head into draft for game number 1 of this best of 3 series, Wolfpack Crystal starting us off on the blue side. Billabang, I'm wondering, I love kind of getting into some of the nuances with draft. Do you think anything is so first pickable that HOH should kind of target ban some things away from Wolfpack?
I think it was Slide there that is a Kha'Zix player. So
yeah,
I definitely something to watch out for in this game. Maybe that ban will come through, but like I said, it's a new patch just dropped today, so there might be some picks and bans I'm like through that people aren't expecting. Jarvan just got buffed on this patch. That is something I feel like a lot of junglers kind of default to, especially you know both teams bouncing off of losses. You kind of want to go back to that stock standard and play really good team comp. And Jarvan I feel like fits into a lot of those, so something definitely to watch out for both of these squads. Actually, something like first roundable for sure.
Yeah, I'm going to be keeping a close eye on Wolfpack through this first phase of bans, specifically to see if they take away the Senna from Sayonara Vince, a huge comfort option. And I think while they have Arrogant in the top lane handling business, they also need things on the bot side to not look like just they need bot lane to go well, pretty much, for Arrogant to have a shot in the later team fights and stuff. So Vase and Sayonara Vince looking to bounce back, I think, after last week. They had to take on a little Enchantress v Enchantress matchup in the bot lane, which after the 12-11 patch, we've seen kind of a little bit of an increase. As Twitch and Ezreal Lucian Yuumi bans Billabang gonna restrict some of the bot lane champ pool.
I just, for me, like looking at Yuumi Lucian, both those champs got nerfed pretty heavily in this patch, so maybe shouldn't be so high priority. Vex also going to be taken away from Stormblade here, but I'm seeing 2 ADC bans at Splorps here early on, so they want to take away from that bot pool, and now we'll see Wolfpack has this first pick. It should be interesting to see. I think definitely jungle for me is the choice here. You can go for something like a Jarvan. Wukong still very, very strong in the meta, so you have a lot of choices here. We are going to see what they go for. The Zeri did also get nerfed in this patch, but it is going to be picked up, so interesting they're going to go for that one. It's still a very strong pick, and once Zeri gets going, there's nothing that's stopping her, but she did get nerfed, so it is something to think about here in that first pick.
And I wonder, honestly, Billabang, if this Zeri pick could kind of open the door for Sayonara Vince. And here's this J4 hover also that you were talking about. But I wonder if Zeri, obviously kind of weak in the early game, we saw in week number 1, Vince bring out the Blitzcrank. So I wonder if after a rough week on the Enchantress matchups, if HOH is going to bring back some aggressive picks for Vince.
I think the thing is, though, it's going to be tough for me to see them go for that one. I think, yeah, the Senna was open. I was going to say that's a very, very good choice, and they are going to pick it up. So Senna is taken, and I like the Volibear pick. Volibear just is absolutely crazy. This champion has not been touched because it is so strong as a flex pick in top. You can go to the jungle. It's super strong because you have everything you need in the early game. You have sustain, you have CC, you have like really good gank potential, and it's kind of been untouched for the last couple of patches. So definitely something I'm surprised hasn't been touched. But Lulu gonna be picked here, back to the Enchantress. So. I mean, pretty standard with the Zeri. You want to give her some protection in the early game, and definitely providing a lot of that.
Well, and I think that, Billabang, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think HOH are kind of fine with this Lulu pick getting locked in with the Senna in the bot lane. I mean, Senna, if she goes for a lethality build, she's going to have a lot more range than both Zeri and Lulu. And so I wonder if HOH is just going to be able to take them down from very far away, as Stormblade is going to lock up that Wukong for Suicide in the jungle. Very, very safe jungle pick. Going to have solid impact both, I think, in team fights, as well as has got some solid damage early on.
Now you got the triple knockup going there with the double knockup on the Wukong ult, so it's a lot of CC to work through there. Jhin can be picked, so that is going to be a very rough early laning phase for Wolfpack here. Like, that's so much range for Senna and Jhin. Like, this Zeri is going to have no chance to even walk up and get waves, because we talked about, as soon as Volley hits level 6, like, that dive potential is 100% there onto the Zeri, and they got to be careful. There's got to be Wukong down there a lot, because if he's not watched, then they might end up losing that lane pretty hard.
Yeah, and not only that, Billabang, but as we get into the second phase of bans, HOH is kind of setting themselves up very nicely for a red 5 top lane pick to also set up Arrogant for success in this draft.
Yeah, I definitely think the fact that you're leaving that one for top, I mean, both teams picking their jungler and leaving those solo lanes open right now is probably a good idea. It gives you a lot of flexibility there. You can give Arrogant the counter pick if he wants. There's a lot of different options you can go for in top lane right now. It's very wide open. We are going to see a couple of we're going to see mid lane ban. We've seen Gangplank mid actually quite a bit too, so that is taken away possibly from Stormblade, but also from Wife Took It All 18. So taking away those options. Gangplank, Arrogant was also a really, really good Gangplank player as well, so limiting those options. And Zilean going to be taken away. Interesting option there, going for the Zilean. I mean, he does work really well allowing your Wukong to go in, but like, I mean, I don't know if it's ban worthy. I don't know, Mac. I don't know if that's ban worthy.
HOH pulled up the op.gg and said, I need a mid ban to limit this guy's comfort some way, somehow. In the Zilean with 80% win rate in 15 games. Not bad for Stormblade. So not going to be able to get his hands on the Clockman here in game number 1. And likely HOH going to lock in some sort of, I think, safe mage pick for Benjamix. That's what we've seen a lot from him so far. Really solid performances regardless. I mean, I respect the heck out of mage players. We see Mr. Viger potentially getting locked in for HOH.
Yeah, that's going to give you that cage, gives you so much protection. It doesn't allow the Wukong to get into these corridors as easily, trying to sneak around, trying to find a way into the team fight. So pretty good pick, solid, safe mid lane pick. And I mean, there's not really much that you can take to counter it per se. You just kind of AFK mid and then scale up, just like your Senna. That is one thing that I am kind of watching out for. Ooh, and I like the Sejuani pick. I really like that. We've seen a lot of Sejuani top in the last couple of weeks, so we could see Wife Took It All take that one up there and kind of neutralize that top lane.
It's something that before 12-11 I'd only seen from shout out my background in here in North Carolina on the East Coast of the U.S. NC State, Bob would always rock the Sejuani time. He was an early adopter before the new changes, and so I'm glad to see it pop up on stream as Stormblade, as we suspected, Billabang going to be taking the Mage matchup that HOH offered up. Victor in the mid lane and Arrogant on this Aatrox. Game number 1, week 1, crazy strong performance, and he's going to be looking to help the team bounce back here in game number 3 with a surprise set, which really helps with the engage, helps, I think, with their whole team fight potential, because you got Set Volibear running into the fight, and then Senna Jen just firing from a mile away. I think could work out here for HOH. Billabang, what do you think?
I think it's a really good pick. I think, you know, you want the Wukong and the Sejuani, they want to get in there. They want to start getting in the middle of your team. What's your solution to that? You just take them on your back and you throw them back into their own team. So really good choice here. I think Arrogant maybe will struggle a little bit in laning phase, but after that, I think team fights, if he's there, it's going to be really, really tough for them to be able to work around him. I think, honestly, HOH have drafted a really, really good team. The only problem is they don't really have amazing engage. Yeah, you have the Volibear, but he's like there's an instant engage option. But if you look on the other side for Wolfpack, other than the Wukong, you don't really have, I mean, you have pretty good engage for them as well. So I think for me, team fights pretty 50-50 at this point. It's going to be about, can the Sejuani and Wukong land that initial engage, because that's really going to be what unlocks Wolfpack to win these fights.
Yeah, positioning is going to be super key, as well as potentially, I think we might find ourselves a whole lot of vision control around these objectives being super impactful based on not only the pick potential I think HOH has with the Viger pick, but also Zeri, I think, is pretty much their longest range champion along with Victor, and both of them not the biggest long range champions, and so taking those into Senna Gen, huge range advantage for HOH. Are they going to be able to set up at objectives to get picks, or are they going to just let Wolfpack kind of engage on them? Is HOH going to get too cocky playing up with their range and maybe get caught out by something like a Glacial Prison from Wife? Really interesting draft here, Billabang. I'm super excited. For me, it's hard to look at this bot lane. In my mind, I always kind of like to think about which lanes I'm going to be keeping a close watch eye on. Billabang, what do you think is our lane to watch in this match?
I think it's got to be the bot lane. It's got to be Candy, Jin, Senna, bully the Zeri, Lulu, like almost out of lane, because if they can find an early kill, even if they get the early push, get an early back, like once that Senna, and the Senna got an increased buff in the souls as well, so she's going to start stacking a lot earlier than usual. So I think for me, that is going to be the lane to watch. I think mid lane, Mage v Mage, Victor versus Vigar, you both want to scale. Probably not going to be too much action happening. It is going to be all about this bot lane, and because realistically too, like Volibear, very useful early on in the game, he is going to fall off quite a bit as the game moves forward, especially as, you know, Zeri gets some mobility and Sejuani gets tanky and Victor gets his items through. He's going to become less useful. So I think for me, that is going to be the lane to watch. It's going to be bot lane. Can they find a way to convert this early pick into something meaningful?
Well, Summoners, welcome onto the Rift for game number 1 as we're hopping straight into game. It's Wolfpack Crystal taking on HOH Gaming. Who's going to come back strong in game number 3 to make a push for playoffs? We've got Stormblade, a recent kind of substitute roster addition onto Wolfpack Crystal. Prof Hex was playing for this squad last week as 20 gold going over to Vince to start off the game.
Best feeling as a support, walking up, getting that one auto, you get a little bit of gold in your pocket there. You're feeling good. You get towards your support item that much faster. And I want to look at the summoner spells actually here, because we see here sports picking up the cleanse. Realistically, like, there isn't a ton of reliable CC from HOH. So, I mean, all you really have is the Q from Volibear. So he needs to land that. And even if he does, the cleanse can come out of Zeri. And then it's going to be really, really tough for me to see them being able to lock down that Zeri and fight.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to be able to kind of blow that cleanse summoner spell early on with kind of the Senna Jin synergy, which I'm a really big fan of. I mean, 2 Ws that are super long range, and when they're working together, the snare timing just goes super high. We see HOH have a ward here in the bot lane for some early trading. They have come, as we suspected, Billabang, ready to punish this Zeri matchup and make sure they don't have to worry about Splorps in the late game.
Yeah, definitely prepare for that one. Top lane too. Set taking the ignite here. Arrogant, acting pretty arrogant.
It's in the name, dude.
That ignite. It is in the name, it's true. But taking ignite here into this comp, I don't know if I like. I mean, obviously, if he gets ahead in the lane, it's going to be very good. But you already see the power of this bot lane right now. The range advantage coming from the Senna Jhin, forcing them off of this early wave, and now a fourth shot might come through. There's meaningful advantage already. Oh, Sejuani has to be careful. He has ignite. He could actually kill her here.
A level advantage in the top lane for the set. Arrogant able to shove that wave in just a little bit. Mua starting on the top side though, so Billabang, there's unfortunately not going to be any early game dives. No third wave dive top, I think, after just the recent changes in 12-11, making everyone a lot buffer, as well as those outer turrets, I believe, hit a whole heck of a lot harder now, right?
They do. They hit for, I think it was like an extra 300 or 400 damage.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, further on. It's not initial, but it does a lot more the more shots you take. So definitely, definitely stronger, and you don't see as many crazy early dives as you used to.
Benjamix gonna be picking up some stacks as we get a third wave dive bot as Me's gonna be targeted first. Let's see, Mua getting low and gets first blood as Sayonara Vince, the first one to get tower aggro there. I was worried for Mua for a second.
Oh, he's going for round 2.
Splorp still in danger. Let's run it back again. Mua going for the turret aggro first. I believe Sayonara was able to get the first hit with an auto attack, and Mua survives. HOH Gaming pick up 2 kills in the bot lane before the 4-minute mark.
I said it was going to be level 6, but that was earlier than I ever thought. Ooh, gank in top 2.
Oh, the stun, the haymaker, the flash. Arrogant gets a kill in the top lane as he takes down Wife. Now Suicide with the Conqueror, going to try to fight back, and he gets it. A 1-for-1 trade. Arrogant, I believe he'll take those, Billabang, as HOH Gaming up 2 kills and about 1k gold.
Definitely take that, because not only does he have the farm lead, he now has this entire wave going to be pushing into him in his turret, so he's going to take that advantage. But bot lane already, you see the CS difference there. The Jhin, a kill up and an assist, and has the extra farm. And that lane, I told you, was going to be such a big bully lane. Now it's such a huge problem, because if Oliver comes down there again when he hits level 6, the Zeri Lulu is going to be so far behind. Jhin is going to force him off the wave, and it's going to be a mountain of troubles. But it's going to gank in mid onto Vygar from Sejuani.
Wife is taking the scenic route back up to top lane. Yeah. Unfortunately for Wife, the route did get spotted out early on by Benjamix on that ward we see by the Raptor camp, and so really solid vision control from HOH to keep their mid lane mage safe as some back and forth trading in the bot lane. It's a level lead for HOH after their previous success, and an interesting executioner's calling.
Yeah, I was about to point that out.
I don't know what's up with that.
I mean, for me, I do like getting that anti-heal early, but I don't know if I'd sacrifice getting some damage early on, because you want to keep forcing in this lane. But I guess it does help a little bit with natural healing that you are going to get. But I can't say I'm a fan of this one. I think it's a little bit too early to bring out the anti-heal.
Yeah, come on, Vince. Where's the lethality? You gotta be working towards that serrated dirt, right? Come on. Where's the assassin Senna gameplay? But low-key, I love how Eclipse feels on it with the additional damage you get. Oh my goodness. But we'll have to see what Vince works for as HOH pushing in the bot lane. Complete dragon control of Mua wants to pick up this objective. It looks like the Bear's gonna start it up.
Yeah, it is going to be a free dragon. Wukong was on the reset. So already HOH looking very strong in the early game. Level 6 for Arrogant here. He could go for a tower dive if he so pleases, because Wife is only level 5. Has to be careful.
I wonder if it's in the back of his mind. I wonder if he's like, is he about to level up? And am I about to seriously regret potentially going in here? Arrogant gonna go for the safe play as a little bit of a switch up and just recalls as HOH picking up the first dragon of the game. Suicide gets spotted out here. Not going to be able to really pressure this HOH bot lane as Billabang. Look at the wave. It's pretty much even here. As Vince is, I think, going to be able to let it shove towards HOH.
Yeah, it will be a little bit, but isn't too bad. I want to see this Wukong come back and go for a gank bot lane because I think it would really relieve a lot of the pressure. Benjamex, you cannot walk here.
Does have Flash available, but the Chaos Storm is bringing him low. The Death Ray from Stormblade is going to finish off Benjamex in the mid lane. Huge kill as Suicide. You were talking about the bot lane. Wukong coming in. Cyclone does connect onto Vince. That's huge. The damage coming in. Trying to go for the kill. Can't do it. Splorp survives as Vince. Oh my gosh! I spoke too soon!
No, he does not.
Winions, baby!
Last tick.
Oh, there's Ignite as well. Oh my goodness.
Cleanse the Ignite, but it didn't matter because their minions were still hitting and went down for it. And when you bring in your Wukong there, you need to get that double kill. Jin just able to get out and a kill back, absolutely massive. And it means HOH can keep pushing this bot lane forward. They still have the advantage in terms of kills, and an interesting second purchase for the Senna. I don't. This build is so weird to me.
It's Rageblade Senna. It's back as Mua fighting White. Oh my goodness, this Volley Bear is so strong. HOH have the numbers. Me has roamed up, but that's going to be a blue buff steal for Umua as Wife cannot handle the 1v1 against Mua. Even though Wife had a level up, used the ultimate just to try to make something happen, but I just... Billabang, let me know your thoughts. HOH, I feel like are playing with a lot of comfort here, and Wolfpack feeling a little iffy.
I mean, because you can see right now the difference in gold and top lane, the 30 farm, like the XP up tremendous right now. No, I mean, even a 1v2 in the top lane might mean death for both the jungler and the top laner for Wolfpack here, so they have to be careful, which means Volley can do whatever he wants. Ooh, he's actually, oh, this might be tough. Volley needs to get up there.
Here we go. Let's see if Arrogant can pull it off here. The Dawning Shadow gonna come from deep. Arrogant using the ultimate, but getting real low. Mua gonna try to save him. Arrogant falls. Mua able to answer back now. It's the rematch from the blue buff fight. Let's see Wife getting Mua real low here. Mua gonna try to get the shield. Does get it. The healing as well comes through, but Stormblade is gonna force the Stormbringer out of Mua as 3 members of Wolfpack are in this top lane right now, Billabang. They want blood here as Benjamix gonna be able to get away using the baby cage as the curtain call comes out in the bot lane. It is action all over the rift here in the UAL. That 4th shot damage. Oh, the W misses the Splorps. Able to get away this time. Oh my goodness.
That is why when you have 150 gold, you buy that pot. It is the only reason that Zeri lived there was because she popped the 2 potions. So smart move there, saved her life. Not gonna die at very low HP this time, but again, it is a bot lane just pushing onto this Wolfpack bot lane. They can't do anything about it. The HOH just absolutely dominating in that regard. They ended up now with 201. Volley Bear has the Herald as well, so they can push in, and now you unlock set across the map, and that's going to mean so many more problems. You can shift the Senna Jin to the top lane so they can try and, farm up some more. You can just kind of do whatever you want now if you're HOH.
Look at this blue side jungle. Wolfpack Crystal very aggressive here. The W gonna miss. Suicide going in. That's a whole lot of damage coming out of the Wukong in the staff. Slap coming down sends Vince back to base. Let's see Benjamex. Base finishes off Suicide. Me now. Oh, that's going to be a huge gravity field to mix things up a little bit. Slorps roaming up. It's a 3v2 for Wolfpack. They can take this fight, maybe, but here comes Mua flying in. The Primordial Burst finished off me. Mua takes down Stormblade, and now it is only Splorps. It's a double kill for Mua as HOH send the Wolfpack out of their jungle.
Absolute disaster for Wolfpack there across the map. Not only did they lose their top turret, they were able to get back in time, help out their bot lane, survive the fight, 4 down, and the dragon now picked up for HOH. So just across the map, HOH playing that perfectly in Wolfpack. Now you put yourself in an even deeper hole, 4.5k behind here, as well as 2 dragons at the 20-minute mark. They got they got a big hole and they got to find some way to fill it.
Yeah, and I'm just wondering, Billabang, if Vince is going into all chat and being like, was it worth?
Definitely not.
Oh my goodness. A bot lane turret falls as HOH, outside of kills, looking to maybe go for a bit of a perfect game here as Wolfpack in this mid game. I mean, Billabang, if you're on the side right now, it's not even 15 minutes yet, and you're down almost around 5.5k gold. What do you try to look for? Do you just kind of go for picks here? Because I feel like grouping up, I don't know. Let's see.
I think for me, you're definitely looking at your Wukong does have a Sunder through, so that is something to look at. And you are playing with Victor's area, so you know you have some late game scaling in you. So not all bells and whistles need to be put out right now, but definitely looking forward. You got to play a lot more carefully in these fights because you know the set is going to be roaming the map. The Volibear with Turbo Chem Tank is going to be very, very strong in these team fights. And if you get caught out of position, especially if you're someone squishy like the Lulu or the Victor, you are going to be in a heap of trouble.
Let's see here. We have a bit of time on the next objectives here in this game. HOH, really solid play here, I think, in terms of their map rotations. As you were talking about, after they use the Rift Herald in the top lane, they're able to move Arrogant down bot. And now they're just throwing Vase and Vince in the mid lane to try to pressure Stormblade here on this Victor. Gravity Field going to come out. Curtain Call. Here's the fourth shot connecting. A lot of damage. The ultimate used from Vince, but that's going to not even really be close enough to take down Stormblade under turret.
That is the advantage of having those two long-range carries in the bot lane. You can harass someone even though he's basically under his turret. It doesn't even matter because Jin Senna can reach him there. And you see them push forward, and Wukong's just farming a jungle. He can't really do anything about this turret going down in mid. Just constant harass being thrown at Victor right now. He's got to dodge some of those skill shots. And, I mean, right now you see, a good gank.
From over the wall, Wife gets the pick onto Vince, and that is exactly what they need to try to come back into this game. But look at the overall state of the map. Stormblade with teleport taking a recall, a Rift Herald about to spawn up in just a little bit here as Vase, not one to stop being aggressive just because your support died. No, he's still looking for the trade onto Wife and Me, as Benjamix is going to be trying to get some solo XP up in the top lane as he's going to try to keep on stacking up that AP. We got a lot of stacks going on HOH Gaming, right?
I really like the confidence to Victor buying the Dark Seal. Has 2 stacks on it, so I mean, decent looking buy right now for him. See if he can stack that anymore, because he is going to be the primary carry right now. Zeri, 1 and 3, doesn't even have an item through, is going to be in a pretty rough spot here. And I think for me, the next dragon being up, not for a little bit still, that is going to be your next big objective. The question is for Wolfpack, is it worth it to go for that 3rd dragon?
Right. Or
is it smarter to just say, okay, we're going to give it up, and maybe by the time we get to Soul, that's when our power level is going to be at least a little bit closer to what HOH are at right now.
Yeah, and let's see, Billabang, if HOH are even going to give them the option to contest, because with that Rift Herald going over to the red side, they're going to be giving themselves a little bit of tools to play with on the Rift in terms of the general macro. Dragon spawning up here in 55 seconds. HOH probably going to hold on to the Herald until Dragon spawns, so we'll have to see how Wolfpack responds to that.
It'll be interesting, too, to see whether they give it to Set, let him split push in a side lane with it, force them to make the decision cross-map, or if they just put it down in mid, go for the Dragon, take the objective, maybe not get the turret, but at least force 1 or 2 members to be in mid to take down that Herald, and give yourself a pretty lopsided Dragon fight.
Yeah, Wolfpack Crystal also trying to get Splorps back in this game. We see the Zeri solo laning in the bot lane, now actually caught up in CS with Vase, but we'll have to see with Dragon spawning in 10 seconds and the Zeri recalling. Rift Herald spawning here in the mid lane, just as we were thinking. Fair enough. Wolfpack Gonna wait, I think, until this Soul Dragon, the last one, before contesting. But right now, HOH just
Ooh, no,
pushing the
Kong.
huge baby cage. The turret still alive. There we go. Does get destroyed, and HOH just gonna back off. They want the dragon instead of the fight.
So really, really important thing to look at right now is items. Items have come through for all 4 members of Wolfpack, so they can actually decide to go fight this, but no, they're not going to. They're just going to let it go over the HOH. I think for me, they could have looked for a fight there, and it might have actually been pretty good for them because they had those items come through, but they're just going to concede. They're going to get objective bounty for the top turret, so at least they get something back, but now you're playing at soul point for the rest of the game, so it means you have to fight every single time a dragon is up now, and that's not a situation you ever want to be in.
Right. And Wife? Did Wife use teleport there to go up to the top lane and push? Because I see that the cooldown was recently kind of
mid or there.
Yeah, kind of interesting.
I mean, yeah, definitely something to look at. Ooh, Vygar, it's in a tough spot. Gonna be a lot of CC here.
Oh, the flash. Oh, the Glacial Prison connects there. There's a Cyclone as well. Benjamix going to fall. Wife barely surviving the turret damage. And the 1-2 punch of the top jungle duo, just too much for the Vygar to really handle. It's a 3v3 here, potentially in the bot lane as Arrogant gonna roam up to top and try to catch that wave. HOH, they don't have the numbers they really want here in the map, so we see Vase recalling, I think, a little bit of a reset here for them as Wolfpack. Billbang, we were talking about what we wanted to see from this team in order to come back into this game. Picks came to mind. Well, it's Wife on the Sejuani with the Glacial Prison, setting up the rest of the team and catching HOH off guard.
Really has been the saving grace, and obviously not a great laning phase for Wife. Went down early in the 1v1 or 1v2 and just ended up losing their turret very, very soon after. But able to find a couple picks across the map, specifically onto Vince on the Senna. So even though they might have lost lane, they found a way to come back in this game, give a couple kills over to the Wukong, who right now almost finished that Death's Dance. At least gives an avenue for them to look at so they can mitigate some of this early game power that HOH Gaming has been built up, try and give themselves a little more time. And realistically, they're only down about 3k gold. So right now, not in such a bad position where the game is next to impossible, but definitely still a pretty tough spot. And you got to look for your Victor and your Zeri to start picking up items here. That's really when you start getting your power.
And I think for HOH, we're talking about how important it is to really capitalize on some of these item completions. Well, we see the Lord Dominic's Regard already coming through for Vase. I think for the next 5-ish minutes, it's HOH that needs to be looking for fights. We also, I mean, have this next dragon, so it's already kind of a difficult position for Wolfpack to be in because I think it's going to be a lot of those second items starting to come through for HOH.
Yeah, it is going to look pretty scary here, but you got to fight every single one of these objectives now if you are Wolfpack. You can't afford to let them get away. And even though the fights might be tough, like you said, 2 items coming through now for the Jhin as well as the Volley Bear. And soon to follow is going to be this Vygar. It's going to look like a really tough fight for them. They're going to have to make a pretty good execution. The key, again, we've seen so many times this game, really good picks from Wife Took It All. So it is going to have to be a really good Glacial Prism onto a Senna, onto the Jhin, onto the Vygar, and finding a way to just 100-0 them. That might be your winning way in a fight, and I mean, that really is kind of your only option here. Unless you find a really good Wukong engage, that might be your other key, but Wukong being 4-2-1 and probably going to be at the Death Dance at this next objective, I think he needs to stay alive in these fights for them to have a really good chance of winning.
Really huge, and I do want to point out this subtle change as Arrogance in the top lane. This time it's the set split pushing up here, Billabang. Let's see if it works out a bit better, but right now it's a 3v1. It's not looking too good. Teleport coming in from the bot lane.
That's the true damage. Ultimate. There's the slam.
Oh my goodness, me taken down first. Then it's a shutdown onto Arrogant. Here comes the bot lane for HOH trying to turn this one around. Swarps is trying to come in as well. 1-for-1 trades as it's a support for top lane trade between these two teams. Wow, what a close fight there.
I definitely think, though, now that there's 40 seconds on the Dragon, it's interesting to see which team goes for that first. You need to get your vision down. We already see in the bot half there a couple wards for the side of HOH. So
yep.
You see that they can't afford to go for a reset. The HOH know what's going on in that Dragon Pit. They're going to see them come through here. And if you're the side of Wolfpack, you know you have a little bit of time. If you run straight down here, you're going to get there before H&H. So that's what they're going to do. Try and maybe clear out a couple of these wards, give themselves some kind of vision advantage here. Both support and top laner for their respective teams back up. So this is going to be super pivotal in this game right now.
And especially going into HOH's composition when they have the range advantage between the Jhin and the Senna. When you have that kind of composition, it kind of hurts not to get the early setup, but just because they weren't there 20 seconds before, they're here now when it spawns, Billabang. So White is going to try to rotate down, and hey, it's Cloud Soul, right? Who's really
that's true.
who's really worried about it? Wolfpack not going to lose the game over the Cloud Soul. They're fine with HOH picking it up, and more honestly, probably not feeling comfortable taking that fight as a lot of second item completions coming through. Suicide didn't have the Death Stance, but does have it now. Let's see, HOH positioning around the Baron now after getting the soul.
They have to be careful, though, because a really good Wukong engage could spell disaster. He has Death Stance, so he has a lot of that sustain in the team fight. Frozen Heart also coming through for the Sejuani, so both of these players have some items that could help them a lot in these team fights. Void Staff now being finished for Victor as well, so we'll see. I think for me, this Baron probably going to be looked at a lot. I don't think teams are going to want to go for it. You have that 5-minute timer of Elder. That is going to be the next huge objective for both these teams. That is going to be where you have to fight it. You have to play around that. You have to have your vision on it constantly, because that is going to be the big contestant for both of these teams.
So, Billabang, did you have Locket of the Iron Solari Senna picked up on your bingo card? Because it wasn't something I was expecting, but...
Well, I mean, the rest of the build path has made no sense so far, so I'm not even going to question it at this point. It's got to be. They know something we don't. That's just all it is.
I think what Vince knows is that Senna's a good enough champion on her own that the items don't really matter. It's all about the utility.
Whatever, you'll be fine.
Yeah,
I'm sure. Just close your eyes and just like point at your screen and pick it. Oh no!
Wife with the pick. Vince gonna try to survive but can't do it. Suicide's going under the tower, and they take down the HOH support. Wife with another huge pick for Wolfpack as they are holding on into this game one pick at a time.
Yeah, and again, it's just Senna being caught out. Vince, yes, he did buy the shield. It didn't really matter because the Glacial Prism lasts for so long. They get the other damage down from a couple other people, and now we're looking at Baron. It is a 5v4 here, but a couple members are very, very strong from HOH here. We have third item coming through here for Vigar as well, so they're going for it.
Benjamix on the other side of the team. Splorps has found his target. Powered up Zeri with the Lulu. Moo is going to try to engage here again. It's a 4v5 for HOH. Arrogant left to the dust. Going to try to stop the show, but it can't. It's not stopping as Wolfpack looking to continue on this fight. Vince is back. No further engage for the Wolfpack squad. They can't continue on in the fight, Billabang.
And it's such a struggle, too, because this is the second time they found a pick. At first, oh, no, Benji.
Oh, the Deadly Flourish connects, but Vase can't finish it off. It's a teleport from Wife coming in. The root connects, but Glacial Prison is available. It connects there onto Vase, able to just barely run away as Mua hop in the Kemp tank, I believe. Looked really fast. Maybe it was just Volibear Q, but Mua dancing around, maybe looking for an engaged HOH squad, moving up to try to clear some vision around Baron as Wolfpack have reduced this gold lead, Billabang, down to only 2,000 as we hit the 26-minute mark. I was saying earlier, I was thinking HOH were going to dominate the next 5 minutes, but it has been huge, just crystal perfect ultimates from Wife to pick off pretty much just Vince and Benjamix, but hey, good target selection really matters.
Exactly, that's all that really matters. And again, every time Vince walks up here, gotta be careful, gotta remember that Glacial Prism is available, and it doesn't matter how many shields you buy and how much healing you have. If you're getting one shot CC'd, it doesn't make a difference, and that's what Sayonara Vince is doing right now. And For me, I'm looking at this next team fight, Dragon up in 2 minutes. Elder, absolutely massive. And items coming through here. No third item is going to be available. Maybe Zeri is going to be able to get there, but for the rest,
not again!
Another one. Has Vince, I'm sorry, has Vince not learned his lesson yet? Like, that's the third time that's happened.
Vince, same spot, different time, once again gets caught under his own turret, but with the Lulu shielding and with just how tanky Wife is on the Sejuani, the tower not really doing Vince too many favors, so a big pick here now before this upcoming dragon fight. Vince is going to be able to respawn, I think mostly it's just going to slow down the tempo here of HOH. They're not going to be able to play how they really feel like they should be able to, given how ahead they were early on.
Where's Professor Heimerdinger? I think Vince needs a lesson about where to play. Ooh, okay, gonna hop the wall. Gonna be okay, but you see, despite the fact that White Took It All is finding really, really good picks with the Glacial Prism, they can't take advantage of it in these fights because of the amount of healing that's coming through, the power that HOH has right now. And I feel like Wolfpack, yes, they are down a bit in gold right now, but I definitely think for me they can win fights if played properly. So I think they just need a little bit more confidence, especially because this Elder up in 30 seconds, not having any vision of it. It's just all HOH right now. This is going to be really tough. You got to find a really good engage again from the Sejuani if they want to win this fight.
Additionally, right now, HOH able to set up. The Jin traps are getting placed. The Vision's getting set up. Here we go. 5-on-5. Showstopper coming in. The fight's beginning. Slurp's going to try to join here as Stormblade's deleted off of the map. HOH get the pick they were looking for to try to win the fight. Wife getting low. Wife taken down. Base on a killing spree. Stunned up is Suicide as HOH get a 3-for-0. Only the bot lane alive after the massacre in the mid lane. Elder Dragon now in the sights for HOH.
That's exactly what we talked about literally in Champ Select. Set was taken so that when Sejuani walks into your team, you throw her back into her own team, you get there for the CC, and you get the stun came through Victor, no chance to even react to it, and it's just dead, wiped out of the fight, and after that, you don't have a ton of damage left, so perfectly played there by Arrogant, perfect target selection, knew where he needed to go, and now the reward they get from it, not just the soul, but they are the Elder, sorry, but also the Baron on top of it.
A little 2-for-1 action for HOH Gaming as we look at the rest of the map, and usually at this point in the game, when a team gets Elder Dragon to Soul, there generally isn't a lot of the base left to take, but there's a lot of base left to take for HOH if they want to finish this game with both buffs active. Billabang, I don't know if they're going to be able to do it, so I don't know if Wolfpack are out just yet.
No, I think for now it is just going to be most likely the outer turrets, or the inner turrets, sorry, as their prize. Maybe you can push through and find an inhibitor in mid. They do have Baron Elder, so you can just ride the wave through mid here like they're doing and try and end the game through there. But, and I mean, the wave clear is there for Wolfpack, so I don't think they're going to be able to end it here, but definitely going to be a tough task for Wolfpack to try and at least stem this bleeding so they don't lose the inhibitor, maybe even some Nexus turrets.
Let's see, it is going to be challenging to deal with the range of this HOH bot lane like we've been hopping on. Oh, the Glacial Prison goes wide. That's a big cooldown burn as we saw it in the mid lane earlier on, Billabang, right? HOH can take you down while you're under your tower just with the Senate and Jin. So let's see a huge showstopper coming in with the ultimate. Are Wolfpack going to be able to survive this engage? So far, they're doing a pretty good job, but face the snipe from downtown, and suddenly 2 members of the Wolfpack are down. Make it 3 as HOH finish off with an ace, as it is going to be a quick finish. They have the double buffs better than red and blue. Baron and Elder is enough to finish off Wolfpack Crystal here in game number 1, as it was a total team effort here, Billabang from HOH Gaming, to come back strong after a rough week 2.
Arrogant just absolutely slammed his name onto this game 2 times there. I mean, a lot of that 15 to 20 minute mark pretty neutralized, but after that, just 2 really good ults from Arrogant. pretty much just ended the game where it was perfectly, at least 2 or 3 people every single time he threw the Sejuani down, and that really was the end of it. It was kind of a build up. That he was pretty slow in the mid game, but once that Soul came online, 2 perfect team fights and a 4-0 and a 5-0. Can't ask for much more from the guys from HOH.
We talked about it in draft a little bit, Bill Bang, watching for that Senna ban. It didn't come through in Wolfpack Crystal, regretting it as they see that blue Nexus explode. A really solid fight from them. If you were to tell me when we were back at the 12-minute mark that game was going to go to 30 minutes, I would have called cap.
I would have been,
but Wife on the Sejuani, some really solid picks, and I think Wolfpack as a whole did a solid job catching HOH a little off guard in the solo lanes, but it ended up not being enough around the objectives. HOH dominates, and they take game number 1. Wow, what a game.
Yeah, definitely a really good game for both these teams. But HOH, just they knew exactly how to team fight. They had the vision set up for all the objectives. And for game 2, you got to look. There's got to be some kind of fire started for Wolfpack, because that definitely stings. And you got to find a good way back here in game 2.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. We're just getting started here on yet another Thursday night of UAL action. Don't click out of that browser. We'll be back in just a little bit with the start of draft for game number 2. We'll be back in just a little bit. Until then. Hello and welcome back to the Unified Stream as we continue on with our coverage of week number 3 here in the UAL, the Advanced League. My name's Mac Dewey. Still with me in the casting booth is the one and only Mr. Billabang. We had a very exciting game number 1. HOH Gaming taking it after getting both the Baron and Elder Dragon buffs, and they were able to get a clean ace as they stormed the bases like it was Normandy. What are you looking for from Wolfpack Crystal here in game number 2 to maybe turn things around and give us the hopeful game 3?
I'd say don't walk your Sejuani into a bush blind and follow behind her, because there's a set and he's going to slam your face, so that might help. But for me, I want to look at that draft. I think we did see, how well HOH drafted against them. I think the set pick for that final one was really good. I think the Jhin Senna bot lane was super strong. You saw the ball, and you got the Volley Bear too. You saw literally level 3 diving bot lane, finding 2 kills, no one dying for it, and it made that bot lane hurt so much. Sure. And I mean, for me, that definitely is going to be what I look for here in game number 2, is how do you find an answer for HOH's bot lane? And
to add on to that, Billabang, it was perfectly executed tower dives there in the bot lane. The passing off of turret aggro, as we were talking about in the game, even more important than ever with the damage buildup after taking multiple shots. It was Vince getting the first auto just as Mua was slamming down with the Volley Bear Qs. So really solid execution, especially early on from HOHs. We're going to be gearing up here for draft. Let's get into it, Billabang. No side swap?
Interesting. So Wolfpack wanted to go back to blue. It's an interesting
what do you first
choice. Pick? I mean, you could go for something like the Jarvan. You could go for the Wukong again. I think it worked really well for them. I think the top half was definitely not the problem in that game. I think it was definitely again the bot half. I say that, but also Sejuani losing tower at about 10 minutes definitely did not help. But regardless, I still think for me, the fact that you're going to blue means that you really do want to first pick something and you think it is first pick worthy. So I am interested to see what they go for here, because I think it's very pivotal. Because again, you're giving, a counter pick to Arrogant, who we saw just like perfect pick last time.
That's where my mind went to when I'm thinking HOH on red side setting up their stud in the top lane for success. I feel like when you have a player like that, especially after game number 1 going so heavily in their way, I feel like as a team it makes them a whole lot more comfortable. They were shaky in week number 2. Vince thrown off his usual game. Let's see if the Senna pops up for ban number 3. It was successful for Ragnarok Esports when they faced off against HOH. I wonder if Wolfpack, after game number 1, is going to follow suit, as well as HOH. I feel like if that Senna doesn't get banned, they're gonna be feeling really good.
Yeah, I think for me, you kind of go maybe for that first pick for Wolfpack towards the Senna. You could also take the Volley Bear away. I think if they do, HOH did ban away the Wukong, so there isn't a lot of great choices down the jungle list. We talked Jarvan did get buffed, so that is something you can't answer back with. But I mean, I think Volley Bear into Jarvan is a pretty good matchup for the Volley Bear. So we'll see. The question is here, do you ban away that Senna? Was the Senna really the problem? Or do you draft something and they are going to ban away the Senna? So Senna was a problem, apparently.
Let's see. Vince, outside of the Senna, has a win on Blitzcrank, I believe, and then losses on Enchantress supports. So my gut tells me, especially going into Wolfpack Crystal, me, big Enchantress player, Splorps. I'm surprised they're honestly banning the Ezreal, as I feel like Ezreal could be potentially first pickable for the bot lane where he's at right now. So it's really interesting. They have the pick right now. They're taking their time with what it's first going to be. Zeri is going to be the choice. Locked in, sent over to HOH. Mua with a lot of options here in the jungle, just not Wukong. I mean, Billabang, what do you think about locking the Volibear back in here?
I think it makes sense. Yeah, exactly. You just run back the exact same thing. You let the Wukong come through. The question is, what are you going to put into that support? Do you go for an answer into the Lulu? You let them pick the Lulu again, maybe go for something like Janna or Morgana, go for, something else along those lines. Do you go for an engage support, try and put pressure on them early? And I think for me, you could go for something like a Nautilus Leona. Or a Maokai on this one. I mean, I like the engage support angle onto the Lulu's area lane. I think you saw how well it worked with the Volibear. So, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to this pick for Vince.
Then Nami is going to be the Enchantress support. You got to pick your poison one way or another. Billabang, how do you think this is going to stack up? I mean, Wolfpack Crystal with a pretty either easy Lulu, Karma, Janna option. How do you think those picks potentially go into the Nami as Lulu's getting hovered right now?
I think you go for the Enchanter back, and it's going to be a Lucian Nami lock in here. It is going to be the Karma taken, so kind of neutralizes the lane a little bit, allows Azeri a little bit of breathing room into the Lucian Nami. I still think, again, HOH is going to get that oppressive bot lane that they wanted. This time it's going to be the Lucian Nami. Yes, Lucian got nerfed, Nami got nerfed a couple patches back, but still such a strong bot lane, it doesn't even matter. So I think for me, again, you're allowing the bot lane for HOH to force the issue, and you have the Volibear locked in again. So I think Wolfpack, I mean, they had to be careful last game, and they weren't, and they died early on. So you got to watch yourself here again in the early levels. You got to get Trundle down here early to try and, maybe abate, trying to stem some of the bleeding that's going to come.
Exactly. And Billabang, your crystal ball right on the money as Benjamix is going to go ahead and lock in that Lucian for Vase as draft here in game number 2, looking kind of similar to what we saw in game number 1, but this time a much different story for our previous lane to watch, bot lane. Now looking a little bit more even as we head into the second phase of bans. Going to be targeting those solo laners once again. The Lissandra showing up once again. HOH may follow up with the Zilean ban once again from Wolfpack Crystal. We saw the Gangplank, and I believe it was the Fiora. So, but Arrogant, as we mentioned before at the start, HOH on red side. Arrogant's going to be likely getting that counter pick, but also, Billabang, as you mentioned in game number 1, a point that I really liked, this Volibear can potentially go top if the situation calls.
Yeah, I definitely think it's going to be something to watch. Such a strong champion right now in the jungle. It's so good for ganks, especially early on with the point-and-click CC that you get with the Q. Ahri ban this time around, so is targeting a little more of that mid lane Zilean again. So, I mean, it's a couple safe mid lane picks that you can take where you can, play a little bit further back. You have the invincibility for the ult for Lissandra, the revive for Zilean. So a couple of pretty safe mid laners, so not allowing Stormblade to go for that one on this choice. And the problem is, because you have to go for a blind pick in mid. You're not allowed to pick something safe. Yeah, Victor was safe, and I think he did pretty well on the Victor, honestly.
Yeah.
But it means that you're kind of forcing this. You have to go for something more likely scaling than anything.
So let's see. Wolfpack here is where Billabang, we're starting to see a big strategy switch up after the Ahri ban comes through. LeBlanc taken off of the board as well. And the aforementioned Victor going to be played into the Vel'Koz insta-locked.
Oh, I like that. I think they 100% saw that one coming. Vel'Koz, I think he got a slight buff a couple patches ago, so he is pretty strong, and he's a really good answer. I think it was LS that was talking about this, like the evolution. He was expecting it to come at the end of last season, but it's once you get towards these super strong control mages, what's the next step in that ladder? It is going to be artillery mages, so something like Vel'Koz, like Xerath, stuff like that, where you have Ziggs, like really long range ones. So it is a really good counter pick into the Victor, can be super strong, and the Fiora picked up for Wife took it all. No more, none of that tank stuff anymore. We're going hard, and he wants to press the issue on Arrogant. Oh, yes.
No way.
Yes. Okay. So I want to read the patch notes because no! I had a whole thing for it. Oh,
Scrap it.
That hurts. I had a whole thing for it. He just got a big patch to his ult. Okay, well, whatever. We'll just go with the Gwen, I guess. Boring. Boo. Boo.
Well, wife definitely switching over to some more comfort because heading into this matchup, I was expecting carry on carry for Arrogant versus wife, and now we're gonna get exactly that. So, oh goodness. Gwen into Fiora. I feel like Gwen has a bit of an advantage. Not really any CC, right, for wife to parry, which is a bit of an oof.
It's gonna be all about those auto attack resets. It's gonna be really, it's a really hard skill matchup for both of these players. So it's gonna be interesting to see it play out because that's really what it is. They're both playing scaling skill champions. So I think this one a lot more even matchup here, and I think that actually a pretty good choice here because you don't really get too much of a counter pick if you're Arrogant here. Gwen, Fiora, both, if you get ahead in your lane, you definitely have just a crazy advantage on the other pretty even. I think again, question is going to be for bot lane. You have the Lucian Nami Volley Bear on this one. Super strong, super aggressive early game. Do you send the Trundle down there early just to make sure they don't get ganked again? Or do you end up going towards this top lane, try and get your Fiora further ahead and allow her to, start walking all over the rift and starting to carry the game herself?
Yeah, really interesting decisions here for Wolfpack already. Seen some decisions in draft that we're kind of fans of here. Not changing the wheel entirely, but definitely setting themselves up for a bit of a higher chance of success here, just in terms of the lane matchups. Wife getting their hands on a Carrion. Stormblade with this surprise Vel'Koz insta-lock-in. In response to the victor. Very exciting game 2 on our hands here as Wolfpack going to be trying to come back and even up this series at 1 game apiece. Splorps and Mimimi in this bot lane. You got to think the Zeri going to be important here for the late game team fights. Positioning going to be key, as we talked about before, as we're all summoners here. Welcome back onto this familiar place called the Rift, as HOH Gaming back on the red side. Are they going to send us home early with a quick 2-0, or Wolfpack Crystal send us to game 3, baby? Come on, let's get some more League of Legends going. No level 1 shenanigans. HOH grouping up here, Billabang.
Yeah, I definitely could see a fight here early on, but again, me, same spot. Throw out a little bit of a Q, some damage down, get your support item going, exactly what you like to see. And Vince, I think, wants that too. They can push in here. They do have the advantage early, but look at the invade coming through here onto the top side. Wolfpack, they get the ward down, and they might actually end up stealing it, but they actually put Fiora down in that top bush. So I think a couple of extra swipes on Gwen is going to mean huge things in this early game if Fiora can find them.
No, I'm looking at this mini map here as Mua made his way up to around the red buff. I was concerned for just a second that Mua was going to get picked off in a little 1v3 there, but just the ward coverage is going to spot out the bear as Stormblade paid attention in geometry class, Billabang, and picks up some early poke on the volley.
3.14% chance of success on that Q, and it did land. I did like that. So I think for me, I really do want to watch this mid matchup too. You saw, like you talked to, it's just instant pick onto the Vel'Koz here, full of confidence. I feel like they did know had to be that victor choice coming through, and they had an answer for it. So I'd be interested to see how Stormblade does here in the mid lane. I haven't seen too many Vel'Koz mids. I mean, honestly, I haven't seen the Vel'Koz mid in a very long time. He's been in the support pool for quite a while now, but I haven't seen much outside of that. Some early poke going on. I think that's going to happen a lot because you do have the healing from the vitals for Fiora, and you have the healing from the E.
Oh my goodness!
Lucian Nami, balanced.
Oh my goodness. They are looking like Bonnie and Clyde in the bot lane here as Me chunked out early. In the level 2 advantage, that's going to be the instant W, the proc, the electrocute from Vince.
No ignite! No ignite! Where was the ignite, Vince?
Oh, so close. Wishes he had that one back. But regardless, HOH going to be able to shove in the wave here.
Yeah, and it's power of Lucian Nami. You have to respect that level 2 as soon as they get it when they have the ignite up. That should have been a kill, honestly, over as soon as that happened. But you see Volley already floating here towards top lane. Ooh, this could be dangerous. You see the wave stacked up, so Gwen's going to have confidence walking in here. Oh, this could be huge.
Let's see, no parry coming out the flash, the damage, Wife gets taken down as Arrogant picks up first blood.
And they're winning on both sides of the map now. HOH again in the early game, finding ways to control the tempo early on, just after the 3-minute mark here already. Wolfpack feeling the burn and now going to have to be careful where they walk. There's 7 farm now for Fiora and lost all that wave to the turret. That's such a tough spot.
Yeah, Wife didn't take teleport. The grasp ignite Fiora. Going to be losing a lot of farm and XP there as...
That anti-heal on Gwen too. Unbelievable. These people, nobody understands healing, I swear. Like, first item is so huge. Oh, this might be dangerous, actually. I don't know. But I was going to say, like, first item, I understand the thought of healing reduction. I get it. But if you look at the actual, like, stats, first item healing is never a good idea on any champion. So, I mean, yes, I do hate healing in the game a lot of times, too. But I just think, specifically, you could have got it, like, you could have got a Void Staff for that much. And you're just going with a little bit extra AP. I don't think it's worth. We'll see here.
Arrogant gonna tango a little bit here. Wife doing a lot of damage. Both laners getting to about the same point as I think Wife, after getting that, getting kind of the return push, able to get some experience advantages. Ooh. Ben is gonna burn Flash there to dodge. The Vel'Koz knockup did not want anything to do with that. Also, I kind of see some similarities popping up here from game number 1. Mua going for the ganks, Suicide doing a lot of farming, but they're Suicide in the bot lane. Flash from Vince. Vase still has flash as well. Bubble does miss. Vase stepping up. Oh my goodness. HOH doesn't even care that it's a 2v3. They're like, we can still kind of win this.
It's the power of Lucian Nami right there. You know you're so strong in this early, even a 2v3. It's like playing Darius in top lane. It doesn't matter how many people are there. You can win it if you play it right. That's all you need to do is have the confidence to play it right. You see, look how fast forward he is stepping. Ooh, bubble miss though.
Heal goes off. Splorps still no summoner spells. Double exhaust bot lane to try to slow Vase and Vince down. Wife able on the Fiora here up in the top lane, able to pick up Sheen, so Arrogant kind of even with the Fiora here, despite the early kill, I think. Billabang as Mua up in the top lane on this volley. Oh my goodness, the bubble in the bot lane connects and Splorps is deleted! Oh my goodness, now it's a 2v2 even fight. Vince gonna try to get away, the ignite popped, but not gonna be able to do much there as it's 1-for-1 trade in the bot lane. Suicide gets the kill onto the Trundle.
Interesting. Wife, I don't know about this one. Doesn't have flash up, so has to be careful, but no level 6 for Mua, so no real threat here unless Wife keeps walking forward, because Ignite is up on Arrogant.
Yeah.
Has to be careful, but so much time wasted here, and the big thing is right now, Trundle on the bot side could go for that dragon.
Let's see, an Arrogant doesn't have teleport. It's Ghost Ignite for the Gwen, so let's see. Arrow pings on the way. It looks like Suicide's gonna go for it, but look at this top lane. I mean, there's no pressure from Wolfpack. Mua was just for a little bit, oh, Arrogant, I'm gonna help you shove in this wave, but then it was like, wait a minute, we can just zone Wife off of this entirely. So big advantage here is that wave going to be pretty even, and Arrogant going to be able to get a huge back. We'll have to see a Blasting Wand and Boots purchased on the second recall as... Oh! One more minion? Nope, not going to do it.
The pot, again. The pot saving the mid laner there, but oh my goodness. Stormblade popping off on the Vel'Koz. I love that play, and not only does it force the Victor out for mid, no TP, it means you can play for a dragon, but they're not going to. I'm kind of surprised here because you had the advantage here pushing bot lane. Mid laner just forced out, so I think a little bit of a misplay there not going for this dragon.
Suicide rotating on over to the top side of the map. Vince, oh, the ultimate pop. Splorps is going in. Here's the damage. Vince taken down under turret again. Vince just can't quite catch a break here in this matchup against the Wolfpack. But
you know what it is? It's the curse of the Dark Seal. I'm telling you, you buy that Dark Seal on support instantly. They see it, they're like, nope, no, you're not getting any stacks on that. Not today.
Oh wow, a big ultimate and big kill coming through. Unfortunately, Splorp's not really getting a big share of the gold. The kill going over to Me as the culling coming out. A lot of damage. Vase? Is Vase gonna go for this? The tether, Vase able to avoid getting rooted. And Vase, look at the confidence, Billabang. Just going toe-to-toe in a 2v1. Mua looking mid as Vase looking for the kill. Can't quite do it. Bubble misses from Vince. As Vince gets the level up, Vase gonna back away. Doesn't get hit by the Von.
Flash Ignite?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, do it.
Oh,
No.
Vince just so close. Can't quite do it. HOH. Dancing with the Devil. Didn't quite have Flash there, Billabang. But still, they're going to be able to shove in this cannon wave, which is less than ideal for the Wolfpack bot lane. That's going to be a decent bit of gold and XP. Missed out on.
Yeah, definitely. My bad there. Thought Flash was up. It was up in about 20 seconds or so. But, I mean, in the end, they do get the Dragon from that push as well. And again, HOH just, even though they're not, significantly winning kills, definitely a lot of pressure in the early game. Definitely forcing a lot of Wolfpack movement on the map, and Stormblade actually doing a pretty good job here in mid. Chaos Storm popped here. All coming through. No!
Benjamin not going to be disintegrated
Not
that
again.
Easily. The flash Q, the geometry! Stormblade with the kill!
Oh my goodness.
That was cold-blooded.
That insta-lock on the Vel'Koz, that's exactly what it's about. That's exactly what you want to see.
In the bot lane though, Mua using the Stormbringer. Me gets caught by the bubble. Me in trouble, gets taken down there. Mua picks up the kill. Now Splorps looking for the 1v3 move here. Is I think just playing around here. Not a lot of mana on Vince. Mua very low with no cooldown. Splorps going in a little bit. Vase says, I will take this. Here's the calling. Eat that for breakfast, why don't you? Splorp's gonna try to run away. And is able to kite back. Oh my gosh! Survives with a sliver of HP after Vase's Q there, the piercing light, not going to be able to finish it off.
How many times have we seen Splorps? Just the pot. It's always the pot. Just 150 gold. I think the third time that it saved their life. It's just unbelievable stuff. But again, it is HOH finding that 1-for-1, able to get the kill back in the bot lane as well. And now a 20 CS lead for the Lucian. Ooh, uh-oh.
Wait for the shield. There's the tidal wave, and there goes Splorps, finally taken down there. Meanwhile, Rift Herald up in the top lane. Arrogant in a 1v2 pops the ultimate. Turret getting real low, a whole lot of minions. Here comes the fight. Suicide gonna use the ultimate. Gets turret aggro first, getting real low. No more tower shot. Ignite not gonna finish it off. Wife gets the kill. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, it's another turret dive as me surviving, getting the heal from the Mantra W, and Mua, you are stuck under turret, good sir. Stormblade forces the flash out of Benji as Benjamax gets the kill there. On to Suicide up in the top lane, but you are stuck between a Disintegration Ray and a hard place, as that's going to be another kill going over to the Wolfpack.
Wolfpack across the map, just absolutely finding everything. Ooh, not gonna go for that one, but me. That outplay on the bot lane, perfect timing for the heal, got the root through just in time, and Mua could only look on as the turret just absolutely destroyed them. And not having as much impact in this game, I think a really good job of Wolfpack, able to kind of neutralize this bot lane a little bit, despite the fact that they are winning right now. Lucian sitting at 102 with a farm lead. Definitely, going into a Lucian Nami early game, I think the fact that you're this close definitely is making you feel good. And you see right now, Divine Sunder finished for both the jungler and top laner means you can contest a lot more in this early game, and gold pretty much even. We got ourselves a game here, Mac.
Buckle up and get ready to go. The next dragon going to be spawning up here in just about 90 seconds, Billabang, and just like last game, we're kind of looking at these item completions, and there's big discrepancies across the map here. Big bot lane advantage for HOH, but it's been in this top side of the map. Now Mua gonna try to even things out here, but Suicide and me coming to the rescue here. Now it's a 2v3. Stormbringer gonna be forced out of Mua as...
Yeah, actually, I'm so surprised there because he canceled his stun on the Vel'Koz, so I mean, it made sense because he did want to run away from the fight, but I think if you get that stun through, maybe you don't take as much damage. You can stay in the fight for longer. Regardless, still pick that one up. And now, the problem right now with this Dragon up in a minute, Vel'Koz has not gone for a reset just yet. Probably will go for it here. Hits level 11 and is going to have an item through. So, with 3 stacks on the Dark Shield as well, he is going to be someone to watch in this next fight.
Super aggressive tidal wave coming out from Vince. Does not connect. Bubble does, though. Gonna slow down Splorps as some poke damage between the supports come through, and it is Wolfpack Crystal here at the objective first. Billabang, they're gonna be able to set up and get a whole lot of vision control as they prioritize making sure that this bot lane for HOH isn't gonna be able to help them set up for the objective.
And the problem right now, you see again, it is that early Grievous Wounds buy for Gwen means that she cannot go for her full item. Fiora is going to win a lot of these engagements. She's going to get that first turret down, and there's nothing really that Gwen can do to answer it. So early Grievous Wounds is just going to cost you so much in this situation. But right now, at this Dragon fight, 4 full items through for HOH. They got to be careful with the Wolfpack.
No teleport coming through. Dragon goes over to the Wolfpack as they get their first neutral objective of the series. Very nice as they're turning things around here in game number 2, but it's the Culling. Stormblade getting so low, but the Culling, he didn't have the angle. Stormblade survives as HOH try to answer back after the Dragon goes down, but they aren't able to.
And they get first turret as well, so winning both sides of the map yet again for Wolfpack. That's exactly what they need back in this game. Stormblade, be careful there. You can't walk too far into that jungle. There's a couple people there that aren't so friendly.
Yeah. I also forgot about the Rift Herald going over to Wolfpack, so I'm sorry, Wolfpack. The Dragon was not your first objective of the series. You guys have got 2 of them in this game so far, as they've got a gold lead as well. Stormblade teleporting back to the mid lane. That's his CS, by the way, Suicide.
That's every time. Being in mid lane, you're like, what? You think this is my mid lane? You can't do that.
Right.
Take your jungle camps or something. This is my cannon. But look across the map right now. Items coming through, all 5 done for the side of HOH, and they might have a plan here on the bot turret.
Mua, is he gonna bring down the storm? Doesn't even need to. Me deleted off of the map as HOH. They're going back to the roots, back to page 1 of the playbook. Dive tower bot. It works out for him there.
And again, I just think it's this first pick Zeri both games, and it's created this early game weakness for Wolfpack and HOH, both games taking a big advantage of it. Rift Herald gonna go over to the side of Wolfpack here. They are gonna get their 3rd objective of the series. They're moving up in the world.
Yeah, so this time around, Wolfpack responding, I think, really well to the aggression we see out of HOH in the bot lane. It is now 2 out of 2 Rift Heralds going over to the Trundle. Suicide really having an impact on making sure that that early gank onto Arrogant doesn't turn around this game. Again, Wolfpack want to push for a game 3. They want to stay in this series. Arrogant dashing forward here. It's the grand challenge. It's now a 2-on-2, but it's a support top versus a top jungle. That's going to be a little rough here. Dashing through the pillar. Arrogant and Vince able to back off.
They're changing some blows, saying their highs, and gold even, kills even, dragons even as well. Only difference right now is the Rift Herald sitting in Suicide's inventory. So Wolfpack feeling a lot better than last game throughout this beginning phase, and I definitely think once they get that item through for Vel'Koz, he's going to be feeling really good as well. And I gotta say, Stormblade, I've really loved this Vel'Koz pick. It's given him such an advantage on the Victor. Force him out of lane, keeping even in CS right now, absolutely huge. And as we move towards this next Dragon in 2 minutes, I think my eyes are going to be, can this Lucian convert this early game lead into something meaningful? Because that is the whole point of the Lucian Nami lane, is being able to get early game advantage, turn it into objectives, and turn that into an early game win.
And so far, the earliest potential soul, I believe, is going to be 15 plus 18 around the 33-minute mark. We're looking at HOH potentially getting to the same point that was kind of their win con next game, or last game in game number 1. So I wonder here, Billabang, if Wolfpack, we saw how well they were able, I think, to kind of rotate around the map and get picks we kind of talked about how they didn't really convert that into much, but now it's Splorps getting caught out in the top lane all alone, tried to flash away, dashing away though, gets away from the Stormbringer. Now it's Suicide versus the Zeri. Splorps getting back under turret. There's no minions. Gonna try to dash in the Immortal Shield Bow, keeping him alive. The damage coming in. Just barely finishing off, but Mua now very low. The bubble flashed. Suicide laying down in the top lane, getting a double kill. Now it's Vince and Vase in a 2v3 situation. Oh, the pillar. Ooh. Oh my gosh, that's huge. Now the culling coming out. Stormblade so low. The disintegration ray gonna melt the health bars as Vase is gonna try to kite around here, but the flash exhaust Vase isn't going anywhere as Suicide goes on a killing spree.
Wolfpack bites out HOH's throat. Absolutely beautiful stuff there, winning on all sides of the map. And a TP back to mid just to stop them from getting the mid turret. Oh, whoa, no, Stormblade, no.
Shut down. Going over to Benji. Ooh. Oh my goodness. The storm coming through. Pure chaos there in the mid lane as Benjamex gets a cheeky kill there onto a teleporting Vel'Koz.
Yeah, I walking back into that stun I don't think was the right play there. But I mean, outside of that little hiccup and the mid turret, the mid turret was saved. So outside that little hiccup, definitely positives all the way around for Wolfpack. They're able to get a couple kills, get top turret, get some confidence back, and now Grundle sitting at 4-1-2, Fiora at 2-1-0, mid turret possibly here soon as well. Wolfpack, we're gonna try and bite off some more of HOH gaming.
Solid charge there from Shelly. Both mid outer turrets very low as Mua handling the third dragon of the game, looking to put HOH up by 1. They're gonna do just that. Billabang is they're down about 1,000 gold, but up in the dragon department. Collector completed for Vase, and here comes the split pushing Fiora. What's this kind of matchup between Arrogant and Wife gonna look like as this game keeps on chugging?
Like I said, it's just a skill matchup. It's these auto resets in these fights that you have ignites on both sides, so you have that Grievous Wounds through it, and that again is why I don't really like the buy for the Gwen here. I think it's 800 gold that could have been spent elsewhere. You already have the ignite ghost, so you have that Grievous Wounds available, and they're doing Baron here, and I don't think HOH know.
Mua moving over to the pit, gonna try to place a ward. A lot of on the way pings here is, oh my goodness, Mua being in the area. The health bars were just too low. Suicide and Wife not tanky enough to handle the objective, and a lot of time invested in that objective not going to turn out. Now we see in the mid lane, HOH going to try to make their move, but the cooling kind of missing. Chaos Storm under the turret. Gale Force not going to be able to do it. Tidal Wave coming in, not going to be able to finish off me. Turret very low as the top laners are in the bot lane, split pushing. It's 4-on-4 in the mid lane. Me able to back away, and Splorp survives as well.
Mua with that, I think it's just jungler instinct. It's like somebody's missing on the map. What objective is up right now? Went to go check it out, threw a ward down, probably saved a lot of this mid game for HOH there by preventing that Baron coming through. And right now, I think for Wolfpack, you got to try and force down this mid turret, give yourself some more room to breathe, give yourself some more options on moving around the map. Once you get that one down, it's going to just become standard. The big thing, again, it is going to be, can this Fiora get further and further ahead of the Gwen? Right now is slightly ahead, has that second item completed. So in the side lanes, I think Fiora going to be winning for quite a while here, and it's going to be up to Gwen to find a way to come back in this match.
Oh, Vince, have you learned from the lessons? Please, God, Vince, not again. There's 4.
The turret's not worth it.
The ward's not worth it. Vince
definitely already. He learned from Professor Heimerdinger.
Yeah, exactly. Arrogant, meanwhile, in the top lane, has got to be careful. Look at the Death Squad roaming up to try to take down this Gwen. Arrogant gonna try to make a beeline away, but here comes Splorps looking for the slow. Has the perfect setup there. Gwen is immune though. GG, well played, gamer. Arrogant gonna try to beeline it for his turret. Look at the rest of HOH. Wolfpack have invested in Arrogant. Wife gets the kill. What is HOH going to be able to pick up in mid lane in response? No base racing. Wolfpack do not have the minion wave they need in the top lane to keep on pushing. It is coming though, and Wife isn't going anywhere.
reset coming through here. They could have gone for a play there. Fiora and Trundle as well as Zeri collapsing from the top jungle. They decided against it. I'm kind of surprised. Fiora
trying to channel the recall. There's the tidal wave. The recall is stopped. Wife gonna try to parry, but there's too much coming. The cooling in the bubble. Enough to shut down Wife. Now numbers, it's a 4v5 on the map. Dragon spawning in 90. The positioning is there for Wolfpack to contest Baron. So I don't think they're too worried at the moment.
Well, that is so much damage from the Spellcause in these fights. It has the range, and there's not really much that HOH can do about that. I was going to say that in the pregame. Their range is extremely limited in these team fights, so this Spellcause can almost free hit.
Oh my goodness, the interrupted Stormblade. Oh, he still gets the kill on Namua! Huge damage coming through. Stormblade absolutely making an impact in the series debut as Arrogant gonna try to take down Suicide. Look at the rest of the team. They're trying to help out the jungler. Here we go. Splorps is frontlining with the Immortal Shield Bow and the Karma Shield. He's able to survive while trying to dish out the damage base, not getting sniped by the Zeri W. Wife is coming. It's now a 4v5 in favor of the Wolfpack. As that Q barely misses Benjamix. There's the Zeri W, has to flash away. Now Wife looking for the fight. Splorps trying to engage as well, but they're able to kite back. Oh my goodness, HOA barely back off. Who is that Vase? No, it's Vince getting so low. The tidal wave, the damage, they're turning it around. Oh my goodness, Billabang, it is a banging fight. As HOH and Wolfpack keep on going back and forth. The death ray not enough, but Arrogant going over the wall isn't able. The flash from base does it. As Splorps is taken down, it is 3 kills going over to the side of HOA as they're now looking at Baron.
Trundle is full HP though, has Sunder. This could get dangerous. Fiora with the W. Oh, they're done.
Oh my goodness, the shutdown! 3 quick kills quickly answered by the Wolfpack. Now it's just Mawa. The hammer is getting dropped. Clubbing from Suicide isn't enough. Shutdown into the ace. HOH get 5 kills, but they trade 3 and they have to back off the Baron. And now Mua gonna make his way over to Dragon, but the teleport's coming in from Stormblade, and Mimimi is here as well. Teleport from Benjamix. As we get another potential fight around this dragon.
Oh my goodness, they have to be so careful here. Obviously the jungler here, oh, this is gonna be so tough.
Smite, ice in his veins, Mua gets the objective.
Absolutely crucial picking up the dragon there. They finally got something out of that fight, and I mean, honestly, not too bad from HOH. They found 5 kills. They didn't end up getting that Baron, but they did get the Dragon in Constellation. Now, they're going to be on Soul Point. And again, Wolfpack going to be forced to this Mountain Dragon every single time it is up. Baron is available, though, and that is a big question mark. Can either of these teams take advantage of it? Now, a second item completed for the Spellcause, a Horizon Focus. All those long-range Qs are going to do so much more damage.
I'm on the edge of my seat right now with these two teams, 14 kills apiece, 1.5k gold separating them. At this point in the game, that's nothing. As look at the damage from downtown. Stormblade is hunting for these kills in. He could just do it on his own from long range. You were talking about these artillery mages. Well, the artillery is certainly firing down on HOH as they start the Baron. Wife is on the other side of the map with no teleport. Look at the objective.
This is all going to be Vel'Koz. He has to have a massive R here.
Suicide not going to be able to get in. Objective secured. HOH, they make the daring call for Baron Nashor, and it is absolutely worth it.
That's the problem with taking that Ignite, is you don't have that option to join the team. And I mean, yes, you do get that bot turret. It is another 600 gold into Fiora's pocket, but across the board, that's 1,500 gold for the side of HOH Gaming here. Oh, Fiora might actually take down Volibear here.
Oh, there are 2 members coming in. Benji and Vince able to help out. Wife backing off. Storm looking for a blue. HOH don't really have to fight here. Wolfpack, they gotta be careful. This is a Baron up HOH, and now Arrogant looking for the engage. Zeri's on the top side of the map. This is a 3v5 right now as it looks. Tidal Wave coming in. Is it gonna be able to connect? It's gonna give some additional move speed. Me gets caught by the cooling. I think Spectre probably finished him off. Oh my goodness. HOH get a much needed kill as they now look to push down the mid lane with Baroned up minions.
Unfortunately, me going down there means they can force it through. Vel'Koz is going to provide a lot of wave clear, though, so it is going to be tough for them to actually get anything more than just the inhibitor there.
Yeah.
But definitely a chance. Finally, HOH Gaming finds a break in the action, and they're able to push through and find a pick.
They get the inhibitor turret, as they're now going to be looking. They have to be careful. The life disintegration ray is up, and we know just how much damage that ultimate can pump out with the Vel'Koz true damage. But HOH, after a hard-earned mid lane inhibitor turret, just going to back off.
For HOH right now, you're looking around saying, okay, we got a couple items through now. Victor going to be on Rabadon sometime soon, as well as Lucian picking up that third item. So in a minute and 54, when this Dragon Soul is up, they're going to be feeling really good about themselves. Across the way, though, for the side of Wolfpack, you got to be looking at your Fiora right now. Fiora is sitting on 3 items, just picked up Death Stance, and has a little bit of magic resist as well. Definitely going to look scary in the split push. So that's going to be the question: is can Arrogant contain this Fiora in the split push? Because if she can push through, if she finds a solo kill in that top lane, they're going to have to send at least 2 or 3 to actually defend it, and they can't go for a dragon if that's the case.
Benjamix looking to finish off the Rabadon's death cap, does have teleport available as we wait and just holding on for this next dragon fight. I think both teams realize kind of what's at stake here. The last little bits of Baron buff going to be wearing off here on the side of HOH as they are feeling pretty good with 2 Mountain Drakes already kind of stacked up here. And now they got the vision here in the enemy jungle. It's Florps who's caught out. The shield, not going to be enough. Me's the first to go, and the Culling catches 2. Suicide is the next to get taken down as it's 3 Wolfpack members getting caught out in the jungle. Base going to try to flash away Stormblade with, looking for the Q. Can't quite get it. Arrogant says, don't worry, guys. You worry about the Vel'Koz, I'll worry about the base.
Does take the inhibitor, but has to be careful here. Fiora can do so much in this fight.
Base staying alive. Oh my goodness, bobbing and weaving, and survives. 4 members down. The storm brought down on the Nexus turrets, and HOH Gaming in 2-0 fashion solidify and make their stamp here in the Ocean Division. Week number 3, they're sitting at 2-1 after a clean 2-0 over the Wolfpack Crystal Squad.
I don't know if I'd call it a clean 2-0. There definitely was moments where Wolfpack had a chance to take it, but
fair.
It's just twice in that game. Again, it is just a crucial mistake. The Zeri face-checking a bush coming up to an objective. You just can't afford to do that. It's only going to lead to bad things. You know you have tanks that are supposed to do that for you, and unfortunately was not aware of that, and it led to their downfall. A really well-played game by them, looking way better than game 1, but HOH just found their vibe. They found a couple crucial picks, and again, it's just them finding one pick, turning it into another one, and just ending the game on a couple small mistakes that Wolfpack has made.
Right place, right time for the HOH Gaming squad. As wow, Billabang, you summed it up perfectly, my guy. Awesome series, very back and forth, but overall it's HOH. They're going to be throwing that 2-0 in the results text channel there in the Premier Discord. Really awesome series. And wow, Billabang, I'm curious, do you have, I think it was overall a pretty solid team effort there, but I feel like it was the bot lane from HOH that with Mua, they were just working so in sync that, all the bot dives that came through, really well played.
Yeah, I think for me, definitely both times you drafted really well. You got the Volibear first round, and you played towards the bot lane, and that's kind of your win con. They played towards it. It worked out for them both times. I got to give a shout out to the mid laner from Wolfpack, though. I mean, the fact that they insta-slammed that Vel'Koz, it looked so good throughout that game. Unfortunately, just a couple other members of the team not quite getting up to par for their parts. And I mean, really, for me, that was the star player for Wolfpack, and that gave him a chance to win the game. But again, just a couple small mistakes, and HOH took advantage of that one, played out their team fight perfectly, and turned it into a victory.
Awesome. Just another fantastic Thursday night of League of Legends here, I think, once again in the Unified Advanced League. Thank you so much. I want to take a quick moment, shout out the people behind the scenes who help make us look so darn good on stream. Leanne, Hyper, thank you guys for setting us up and overall just making our job so easy here behind the mic. Thank you, Billabang. It was an absolute pleasure here being in the casting booth with you, my guy. That's going to do it for our coverage here of the Unified Advanced League here in week number 3. We've got so much Unified League of Legends action coming up. I'm so excited. There's, I believe, tomorrow we got UPL. Saturday we've got the team reveal show for the second part of Proving Grounds here in the summer split for Proving Grounds. And then Monday, Tuesday, it's open qualifiers. And then next Thursday, we got more UAL and more UPL next week. So just more and more content, more and more league action coming, more and more players to watch their journey and see where they go. Thank you all so much for coming out and tuning into the stream here tonight. I've been Mac Dewey. Thanks again, Billy Bang, for helping me out here on the desk. That's going to do it for us here tonight. I wish you guys all the best. Take it easy. Have a good one. We'll catch you guys next time.